Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again, and today I've got an update video for the 2.3 CoCSpray, which in this version is essentially all about scaling some AoE spells with some fizz and chaos damage as well as poison. Now, this video is going to include Atziri, Core Malachi, Double Core Malachi, and a few other bits and pieces and just some tests that I've undergone. So initially, what you're seeing here is a no Glacial Cascade, Bladefall, just plain Bladefall, and EK. Someone recommended I take out Cascade and try just scaling those two skills, and it works pretty well, as you can see. So I took out Cascade, I put in Crit Multi, and basically am just attacking and doing damage off the back of those two fizz spells, so that they do as much damage as possible together. Now this did work out pretty well. It felt like it hit a lot harder for most maps, and the clear speed was pretty good. Ultimately, single target felt a little lacking for what I wanted, and what I wanted was Atziri and Core Malachi. So before I even got to those, I ended up swapping out of it and trying out the next best setup that I could possibly come up with, and that was scaling Bladefall plus Cascade. So this is just EK and Bladefall against a couple of bosses, and it works pretty well. But after that, I did end up going into Bladefall plus Cascade mode and scaling that as much as possible. Now the reason behind that was because I could then use increased area for general clearing, and that affects both of those skills. And for bosses, I could then put in Conk Effect. And Conk Effect is a massive multiplier for your poison and your actual damage as well. So, mostly what we're trying to scale here is Bladefall. And Bladefall now has added Chaos and Conk Effect attached to it for single target. Which means the poison is actually doing quite a substantial amount at this point. And the Cascade itself also has added Chaos attached to it, and Conk Effect, and that means that it's dealing something like half Chaos, half Fizz, or 1/3 Chaos, 1/3 Fizz, and a bit of cold damage too. Meaning, in total, I'm dealing quite a lot of poison from those two skills combined, as you can see through these core boss runs, and some tier 15 bosses too. Comb, Duresos, they put up absolutely no challenge because they are fairly joke bosses compared to the serious endgame bosses of Malachi and Atziri. As far as I'm concerned, this is my ultimate setup and only one I would use if I have a 6-link. I'll go over it in just a second, but this is what I've been playing around with, and this is what I would probably recommend for maximum single target damage. You can of course go EK, you can drop Cascade, play around with it yourself, you might find a better setup that you like, personally. As I've stated, the current endgame setup I've chosen to go with is Barrage, Cast on Crit, Conk Effect, that's for single target. For map clear in general I'm using increased area, swap them out as you see fit, Glacial Cascade, added Chaos damage, and Bladefall. So the main brunt of your damage is coming from Bladefall. Cascade does quite a lot on single target as well. As you can see, the damage spread there is pretty healthy for Chaos and Fizz while using the Chaos damage gem. So all of my damage is coming from those two, and it's the best way I've found to deal with single target and general AoE as well. As I said, if you want, you can use the EK. That's also still pretty good and will do good damage if you really don't believe in Cascade. You can even mess around with other supports like Crit Multi, Crit Strikes, whatever else you want. If you only had a 5-link, I would say probably go Barrage, Cast on Crit, Cascade, Bladefall, and EK. That would be my best recommendation, I think. But you can play around with whatever you want. Another option I did was try out Blast Rain, as a lot of people told me that is the much better option, and from all my conclusions, Barrage with 2 volley fire jewels, which is what I'm currently using, 1 and 2, plus this enchant here, seems to be more enjoyable for me. They're both very good, and Blast Rain is certainly competitive, and it means you can drop your volley fires, so you'll get extra damage from your jewel sockets, but for me, I've been enjoying Blast Rain a little bit less than Barrage overall. Maybe I've just gotten used to it, but I'll show you what it kind of looks like. So this is what the Blast Rain looks like without changing out any volley fires and without a blaster and enchant. So it's not a strictly fair comparison because I am still just a little bit more set up for Barrage. That said, it's just a totally different sort of playstyle compared to the Barrage I've been playing, and maybe I'm just not too used to it, but it's kind of uncomfortable for me, and I just like Barrage more personally. I would urge you to probably try out Barrage and Blast Rain yourself and see which one you like more. If the Threshold Jewels volley fires just cost too much, maybe go into Barrage, not Barrage, Blast Rain, just because it'd be easier to build that way and slightly cheaper. But try it out yourself, maybe you like one or the other. I don't personally feel like one's better than the other for any real situation. Overall, they're both really good. In any case, here's the first core Malachi run, followed up by a double core, followed up by Atziri. Hope you guys enjoy the videos, and thank you very much for watching. God, that's a slow fucking attack, isn't it? Okay, I ran over Atziri Flask. So far, so good. Got one shot by him. I didn't have taste up, and well, vulnerability, and 4.8k. So I think we all know how that was gonna end. I'm not even sure taste would save me from a one shot, but I had to stand there and attack. It's the dumb thing. One death! That was pretty fucking nice for a vulnerability run. Could we be double core viable if no vulnerability on the map? Oh, this is gonna be an ordeal and a half. 3 portals left, so 4 deaths, I think, yeah. I think one of them was just him going for a slam, I couldn't tell. Ah. Absolutely one-tapped. Can't stand next to him, man. They one-tap me.
You wish to speak with me.
That's an ordeal, is what that is. Fuck. Alright, well, we're back in, but there's just no way I can survive for extended periods of time on this. Not double on the inside. At 10k life, maybe. Jesus. And there's too many traps everywhere already. This is feeling pretty game over. The traps stacking. They stack just too much, man. Had nowhere left to run. Might be able to finish this off though. I only need this last portal. Oh god, this is gonna be sketchy. I wish I had one more portal. One more portal, I would have been able to do this. Are they both dead? I think they're both dead. Don't move. There's a trap there, there's a trap there, there's traps everywhere. Log. Like, my single target's better thanks to this. In perfect situations. Setting up like this, but I do feel less safe than I was before with EK. You will open the strong boxes. Dope. I may need is going to conk effect for this. Area doesn't seem terribly worth it. More and better damage is probably more worth it. I think so. Probably come back for our strong boxes. Yeah, conk's much nicer for this shit. Alrighty then. One. Wait a few seconds, pop the other. Am I going for 100? I mean, I suppose I am now. 73 out of 100. Getting pretty close. Okay, what do we got? There. There. Nice. It was a little uncomfortable. I wasn't sure if I was going to get there. And one of them almost didn't die. But so far, so good. That was definitely the easy portion, though. That trio's kinda hard, and Atziri's really hard. So many fucking boxes. It's prophecy. It's actually a good prophecy, eh? Gave me so many extra monsters on an Atziri run. Can't argue with that.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Whoa! It was a volatile. It didn't kill me. Surprising. Alright, carry over this momentum. Let's fucking go. So far so good. He's gonna die now. I'm left with the Dual Striker, and he went in Thorns mode. I knew that was gonna happen, but I couldn't stop. I just couldn't. First of all, I was addicted to the DPS. Second of all, I thought it was my best bet to go for the kill in that moment, and bank on the fact that he wouldn't go Thorns mode for a little while. I'm now pretty fucking scared. Alright, he chose to not be Thorns for a while to start out with, so it was not too bad. So actually Trio looks like it should be a really smooth kill. Just about every time. I just, you know, messed up the order obviously. DPS is good, survivability's alright I think, with flasks on. Fuck, so much trash. Tell you what, this isn't an easy Uber run as far as trash goes and bosses go, but it might be reliable if you play it well enough every time. We'll see how Atziri goes. This is gonna be shit. For this one I really would like a mirror arrow, still don't have one, so yep. Temp chains is good. That helps quite a lot, I think. Alright. Ooh, DPS is good, but almost didn't move anywhere near fast enough. Gotta be prepared to move better. went well again. Oh shit, we're still good. Okay. Woo! Deathless! And I got this fucker an axe. I'm 4 axes in a row. I think I've had 4 kills this league, league, and I've had 4 axes.